The presumptive leader of the House, as well as perhaps the Speaker of the Congress, once January 21st rolls over next year, is Kevin McCarthy, and he mentioned that he would be removing Ilhan Omar from all the committees that she's part of now. He said that he would remove her because of her anti-Semitic views. Well, that's not the only thing. I think that's the reason why she might be removed. And I'm going to give you a story which is still developing I'll tell you why it is still developing. Final word hasn't been told yet. That this might also be one of the reasons. So here we go. There is a lawsuit winding its way through the courts of the United States, and this involves the brother of the Emir of Qatar. See, Qatar is coming in for all the wrong reasons these days. Anyway, I think the spotlight is on Qatar because of the fact that they are hosting the World Cup, and every little thing is now getting played up, much to the disadvantage of Qatar. But this story happened in 2019, then COVID happened, kind of things settled down, nothing much happened in the judicial system, and now this case is coming back to life. So stay with me on this one, and I'll tell you why, there is a question mark whether Ilhan Omar is a Qatari asset. So here we go. There is a Kuwaiti Canadian businessman called Alan Bender who gave a testimony in a Florida court, and the trial was of Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Thani, the brother of the Emir of Qatar. I told you this, right? Now, where things get interesting is if you follow this story, you'll understand. This is Sheikh Khalid bin Hamad Al Thani. He likes guns, he likes cars. There are videos floating around. In fact, I have given you the links in the description section. You can read them to get a better understanding of this whole saga and how this ties in with Ilhan Omar. Now, Alan Bender was speaking from Toronto via video link. This is his testimony. And he told the Florida District Court that he met with Qatar's secretary to the Emir for Security Affairs, Mohammed bin Ahmed bin Abdullah Al Masnad, and two other senior Qatari officials. In this sworn deposition, he says the three officials told him, if it wasn't for our cash, Ilhan Omar would just be another black Somali refugee in America collecting welfare and serving tables on weekends. Very, very strong statement there. And then he goes on to testify that the officials asked him to recruit American politicians and journalists as Qatari assets, and that when he objected, was told that several prominent figures were already on the payroll, and Omar was described as the jewel in their crown. Qatar said they had recruited her from even way before she thought about becoming a government official. Remember, she was I think she was a state representative in the state of Minnesota, and then I think she ran for Congress, and she has been a congresswoman ever since. So anyway, they convinced her, and that's how they say that she's a Qatari asset. Now, this is Alan Bender's testimony, and obviously the people who were defending the Sheikh tried to run down his testimony, questioning his integrity. These things happen in a lawsuit. That's for the court to decide. Well, now that things are back on normal, there may be a change of the case from Florida to Massachusetts, and I'll tell you why that is happening. Anyway, so this is the person who's the brother of the Qatar's Emir, and he stands accused of ordering his American bodyguard, Matthew Pittard, I'll show you his picture, to murder two people and of holding an American citizen hostage. The person he was trying to hold hostage is his physician at house. His name is Matthew Alon. And both these pictures I'll show you and how these people connect with the main story. This is Matthew Pittard, and this is Matthew Alon. And the lawsuit is currently in Florida for a sum of $34 million. But Matthew Alon said that they may consider moving it to Massachusetts because there is a company of the Sheikh there, and they can actually join the company also in their lawsuit. But if you read what was going on in Qatar, it's just bone chilling. And like how Matthew Alon tried to escape, He scaled an 18-foot fence and tried to jump. He broke his leg, but he was dragged back, broken leg and all, and he was forced to stay for 2 months in the palace before he was allowed to go home. And how recently his girlfriend got attacked. She was raped and she was attacked. Gory story again. Links are provided in the description section. All this, what does it mean? How did Qatar fund Ilhan Omar? We know there is one connection, that CAIR, Council for American Islamic Relations, has been funding her campaign. She's also sometimes their keynote speaker in some of their events. So there is definitely reason to believe that whatever was claimed by Alan Bender may have some substance. Now, this case, now as it wends its way through to another court, is going to give interesting insights into how things will play out for Ilhan Omar. I've also told you about some other situations where she is having a problem, an immigration problem, as well as an IRS problem. Now, we have to wait and see how this thing plays out. But at the very minimum, please understand, Qatar is one of the richest countries in the world. In fact, I think it is the richest country in the world with the highest per capita income. And the lifestyle of this particular brother of the Emir is just extravagant and garrulous, and I can go on. If you just read the links, you will understand why I'm saying all these things. Too much money to throw around and an ego to go with that. Anyway, so a lot of stuff happening. Please stay with us, stay tuned, and also like, share, and subscribe to our channel. And don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.